I'm gonna take that from the top anyway. Still, yeah. Now, yes, you let Roger out on the air. Still, yeah. That Roger's gonna keep it real now with this thing. Still, yeah. I'm gonna play a number of tracks which are 100%. You know, which is about pride of being culture, because you know. For me, let me be real. As a black guy, growing up in Christianity, you know, taking Christianity seriously as well. Myself, I grew up in a black-led church, grew up in a white area, but I grew up in a black-led church. I can't argue with that balance because, you know, I look back and I have no arguments and regrets about my upbringing. But this is not for me to be crying out and saying I've had a hard time. But the reality show is you know, I've been bullied to the stage of, you know, teeth being taken out of my mouth because I've been bust up in my mouth because encircled by about 10 kids when I was at primary school. And the main guy, they got punched me in my mouth and bust out teeth. My dad had to send me to judo, man, and toughen up, man. I was quite strong still, but I'm just not a guy who starts to fight like that still anyway. But yeah, so, you know, I face all stuff. I've been called all the N words, all the black words, and all these whatever there still, yeah, all the time because I was the only black guy in my year at school and whatever. So I faced that, going to church, and then everyone's kind of denying their blackness, or effectively, to be part of this new culture called Christianity. Which is great. We understand that, you know, we're all about, you know, join up this Christian thing. But one thing I realized that, hold on a second, as an Afro-Caribbean child, technically I've had my identity stripped from me. Now, church didn't want to tell me that, and it's not, you know, you only can teach what you know. Yeah, so I'm not blaming my church for that still. Yeah, it's just down to the information that they weren't handed down to them. You know, and now we're in a different time now. You know what I'm saying? Some of the things that we accepted, you know what I'm saying, you know, we was just cool with and we just carried on in our churches. And I think that, you know, I said last year, I said, listen guys, you know, I believe that basically, yo, this is just the start, you know, of and I'm not saying the word revolution because everyone gets scared of it. I think it's funny when I was in church and I noticed that when I said the word Black Lives Matter, everyone's like, shh, shut up, man. That's a homosexual organization, and I'm like, okay, cool. What about there's focusing on critical race theory. Yes, Roger knows about that stuff. Yes, critical race theory, that's what everyone's getting, that all white people are racist. We're not saying that, you know what I mean? It's not really about that for me, but the ethos of the fact that basically as soon as I step outside of my church, yes, I'm going to heaven, but my life is taken for granted. Yeah. Now, if a church, I watched a BBC documentary the other week, and you know, I have got 2 sons. Now, if I had a daughter, and I sat down and they come up on I got sisters. Yo, man, I didn't even know this before my wife went into labor twice, and she had a terrible time in the hospital. Not even I realized what madness was going on. It's just like you're thinking, hold on a second, this is not real. I don't get this, and. That's another story in itself. But then to hear that black women are 5 times more in 2021 likely to die, and that's just cool. Now, as a Christian, white, black, Asian, whatever you are, you should say, nah, that's not fair. Whoever's getting that treatment, things need to happen. But no, we don't worry about injustice. No, it's not true. It's not true. It's true, guys. That this is physically actually killing people of color, the institutionalized racism in the UK. That is, people just think it's an American problem. That's why pastors were on the pulpit last year talking and saying that ain't our problem. It is, mate, because you're on the pulpit in front of a majority black audience and you feel no way of lifting up black leaders. Now, I'm seeing still to this day in church, Christians are being referring to people of whatever you got of color, you know what I mean? Black, I'll just say black people as colored. And I'm thinking, are we still not educated? You know, guys, and I think that, you know what, guys, you know, I think we blissfully played dumb as Christians, and being and people like, oh, but Roger, but you know what? I have been challenged more by my own people. When I say my own people, black Afro-Caribbeans, be raising up issues when it comes to black injustices than anybody else. So the realness is, when I hear people say, I can't see systemic racism, I understand, I feel for you, you're blind, but in the era that we are now, I understand about 10 years ago, we weren't given the information, but when you're telling me that we are 10 times our actual population in the general public in prisons than we are, you know, it's like we're taking up 40% of the prisons. We're filling up mental homes. We get dumped with so much medication. We're the way we get treated in mental health systems. I just did a mental health course the other day, and black people were saying, yo, are you joking? Am I going to call a black person, a police, to somebody in trauma? Are you joking? That's going to put them in worse trauma. People go, oh, Roger, you're going crazy. And I think Christians, we need to wake up, man. Absolutely need to stinking well wake up. Yeah, and I'm absolutely sick to the back teeth of us focusing on heaven, when really and truly Christ came down on this earth to make him accessible to everybody. So guys, you know, guys, there's so much more, because we can talk about the whole, you know, all these things that's been happening literally every day. And when I'm seeing Christian platforms showing their colors in this time, you know what I'm saying? No, oh no, I'm saying amen, so be it. Like, people like this, talking at the beginning of the year, there was all going, oh, Roger, this is 2020 vision. Yeah, this 2020 vision, all right, mate. Yeah, because you know what? The whole church is going to be exposed for who it is. People are going to be exposed. I'm not saying everyone's bad, guys. This is far from it. But we need to get educated. We need to understand and respect each other. The detail of education is not even down to color. It's down to, even when we got African descent, we got Afro-Caribbeans, we got different islands, we got different sides of Africa. It's a different sound in West Africa than the Southern Africa. Everyone's different. It's beautiful. So why are we trying to mop everything into a effectively Northern Europe-centric religion when it was never that in the first place? It's absolutely crazy, dudes. But anyway, I can absolutely really, really go on. But I am absolutely, I'll do my corner, and people says, Roger, you do your best, and you do. Yeah, I am going to be doing my best and whatever. And I encourage people to realize that, stop sitting on your hands. We said it in my Roger Mourinho show. We said it as footballers, black footballers. We sit on our hands. We're happy to see where we left. Just destroy, say, I can't do nothing about it. I'm afraid the little that you can do, and somebody else does, it makes a difference. It sows a seed. And no longer, guys, we have to be ignorant. Get to know each people properly. You get to know we're all humans. I have to respect everybody out there, 100%. So I expect to be respected myself. And sorry, if I actually go through some of the stuff that people have said and how I've been treated, you'll be wondering how on earth I ain't got any even more. But the reality show is there, guys, I'll just encourage people, we want to have a great time in Christ. We want to have a great time in heaven. And all I'm saying right now, I'm not going to be focusing on the colorless Christianity and color this. Listen, color is beautiful, and we're here to celebrate it. You know what I mean? And I salute everybody on the station that we're here to celebrate gospel music of black origin, because you know what? We're here to celebrate it, because I don't think Christian society celebrates us as a people, us as a sound. And guys, you know what? We'll go into this anyway. The presenters will present this, and just keep us up in your prayers, because we're here to celebrate Christianity through our sound, our culture. We don't have to give it rice and peas. when we become Christians. So we have to give up the rest of us. That's us. We want some yam and banana. We still yam it same way. So I don't understand why we have to get rid of so much other stuff which has got nothing to do, doesn't go against Christianity. But anyway, this is Roger. Over now. Listen, man, that's got a bit long and emotional with that one anyway. So yeah, but I just had to just keep it. Guys, you know what? There's so much I can go in, but I'm actually disgraced and disgusted. But you know what? The heart has just been shown. And guys, I'm not calling out a whole thing to go shut down the whole system. I'm just saying, see it for what it is and see for where we at. Somebody described on a blog, on a podcast I saw the other day, and said that, listen, where are we in a spectrum? If 10 out of 10 is a great situation, fantastic, superb, no racism, and 0 is just ultimate chaos, KKK days. The person said we're between 2 and 3. That's embarrassing. Embarrassing for people that should know better. That's us, Roger. This is Roger over now. I'm just going to play the track called Always Black by Beleaf. And yes, Beleaf himself, his children suffered a bit of racial trauma a week ago. And, you know, and he did a podcast about it. Do check it out still. It's really insightful.
I'm always black. I love it when they call me that. I love seeing black people